Once upon a time, there was a poor Brahman and his wife, who were so poor that they had to gather roots and herbs to eat. One day, the Brahman found an eggplant and brought it home to plant. He and his wife watered it, and it grew into a big, purple eggplant. The Brahman's wife took a knife to cut it open. When she stabbed the eggplant, they heard a low moan. The wife stabbed it again, and a voice inside the eggplant begged her to be careful. When she opened the eggplant, she found a little girl inside, dressed in white and purple clothes. The Brahman and his wife decided to adopt the girl as their daughter, and named her Princess Aubergine. Next to the Brahman's hut lived a king with his queen and their 7 sons. One day, a servant girl from the palace came to the Brahman's hut to ask for some light. When she saw Princess Aubergine, she rushed back to the palace to tell the queen about her. The queen, even though she was beautiful, became worried. When she heard that Princess Aubergine was even more beautiful than her, she feared that the king would replace her. So, the queen made a plan. She invited Princess Aubergine to the palace, and convinced her to live there as the queen's sister. As time passed, the queen, who knew magic, found out that Princess Aubergine was a fairy. One night, while Aubergine was asleep, the queen cast spells to find out where Aubergine's life force was hidden. The princess whispered that her life force was in the queen's first son. If he was killed, Princess Aubergine would die too. The queen killed her firstborn son, and sent the servant girl to check on Princess Aubergine, but the princess was still alive. After failing her first attempt, the queen enchanted Aubergine again to reveal where her life force was. The princess kept saying that her life force was in each of the queen's other sons. So the queen killed them one by one. After all her sons were gone, the queen, filled with anger, cast a more powerful spell on Aubergine. To find out where her life force was hidden, Aubergine revealed that it was in a necklace made of 9 lakh jewels, which was inside a tiny box, inside a bumblebee, that lived in a red and green fish far away in a river. The queen tricked her husband, the king, into getting her the 9 lakh necklace, pretending it would make her feel better about the loss of their sons, who she said had died from a mysterious illness. The king went out and caught the fish, and the queen found the beautiful necklace. Meanwhile, sensing that her end was near, Princess Aubergine returned to her adoptive parents' hut, and told the Brahmin to prepare her resting place. She asked them not to bury her, but to lay her on her bed in the wilderness, surround it with flowers, and build a mud wall around it. The Brahmin and his wife did as she said. The queen's servant girl reported back that Aubergine was not buried but lay out in the open. The queen felt satisfied with this small victory since she still had the necklace. One day, the king decided to go hunting to take his mind off the loss of his 7 sons. The queen warned him not to hunt in the north. But after hunting in the east, west, and south, the king had no choice but to go north. There, he saw the mud wall and the bed of flowers surrounding Princess Aubergine's body. The king was mesmerized by her beauty and began to watch over her secretly. After a year, a boy appeared next to Aubergine's body. He told the king that his mother, the maiden, came alive at night to care for him and died in the morning. The king asked the boy where he came from, and the boy said he was the king's son and Aubergine's son, sent to comfort him after the queen had killed the king's 7 sons. The boy also revealed that Aubergine could be brought back to life if they retrieved the 9 lakh necklace from the queen, and only he could do it. The king took the boy to the palace. When the queen saw the boy, she tried to give him poisoned food, but he refused to eat until she gave him the necklace to play with. The queen, wanting to see the boy eat, gave him the necklace. The boy hurried back to his mother, Princess Aubergine, to revive her. When the boy placed the necklace on Aubergine, she woke up. The king spoke to her and asked her to come to the palace and become his bride. But Aubergine refused until the king dug a pit, filled it with snakes and scorpions, and threw the queen inside it. The king ordered some workers to do this, and the queen was caught, tied up, and thrown into the pit. Finally, Princess Aubergine and her son moved to the palace with the king, and they all lived happily ever after,